Have you ever had any instances with like dogs bark at you or like come at you where they think that,
Well, that's today's route.
or like where you're going to attack you?
We got a dog we call Cujo, and he's intense. And not only is he intense, but he's a really large dog, and the fence that he's in is only like 3 foot high. So and then the customer's can that you pick up, it's directly against this 3 foot high fence. So when you go up, you run up to the fence and you grab the 2 cans and you go to pull them away from the fence, and this dog just stands up and he's like eye to eye with you, and he's just going ham. He does not like you there, which is crazy too, because whenever I first started running the route a year and a half ago, I mean, I could pet this dog. I leaned over the fence every single Tuesday, scratched his head, played with him, gave him a treat, and never once did he bark at me. And then, I don't know, something just flipped and he decided he didn't like me anymore. So now I tread lightly on that individual stop. But outside of that, I don't really have any other dogs. I mean, sometimes you might run into a dog that just gets a little freaked out from the truck, and then he comes up real timid and looks like he's going to mess with you. But as long as you show him a little love, they don't mess with you.
Well, it is crazy. I've had dogs like charge at me, like they were going to attack me. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, they're barking, they're foaming, they're biting, you know, nipping at the air, and then they get to you, and then you just pet them, and that's all you can do. You know, because they're already at you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so if they're going to bite you, you're already bit.
Yeah.
But I've never been bit. And you can start petting the dog, and they go from with their hair standing up on the back of their neck, and they're going to eat you, to, we're fine. You know, you're my buddy. And then I've had some dogs that won't let me get out of the truck, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this dog literally is going to bite me. I'm done.
Yep. I had talking on to the scared of being bit dog. I had another stop that this dog had always been on a chain. He always yelled at me whenever I backed into the driveway to grab this certain customer's can. And I've never once been afraid of a single dog on the route anytime whatsoever until this dog. So I backed up in there. It's another stop that you back all the way up into the driveway. I get into the driveway. I hop out. The guy's got, I think, 3-4 cans. So I get to dumping the cans. And then I realized that the dog was not on his chain. So it's normally off the side of the porch, just yelling at you, letting you know that he don't like that you're there. And I had realized that the dog wasn't on the chain as I'm on the wrong side of the truck. And I'm the furthest away from the driver door as I can get. So this dog decides he doesn't want me on the property. So he comes up and he chased me all the way up the truck. So I scaled the truck.
Did you scale the back of it?
Oh, scaled all the way up to the top of the truck, walked across the top of the truck, and then went in the driver window to get back into the truck because he would not let me touch the ground.
Yeah.
If I got within a foot of the ground, he was at the edge of the truck, just perched up on the back of the truck. So that was the only instance on the whole time I've worked here where I've ever was afraid I was going to get bit. Don't get me wrong, my Wednesday dog scares the bejesus out of me every time I go to this individual stop. But outside of that guy, he's controllable because he's in a fence. But outside of that was the only other instance I've ever been afraid to get bit. So
I had one that was close. I actually used the trash can as a blocker between me and the dog. I've only ever seen the dog out one time at this house. I didn't even know they had a dog, and it was a big old boxer. And this thing came running at me, and the guy's outside. He said, "Don't let that dog get you. It'll bite you." And I'm standing off, and we're in the middle of a 2-lane highway with 55-mile-an-hour speed limit, right? So I'm in my lane going north, and southbound traffic's behind me. I get the truck stopped, and I'm dumping the can. Here comes the dog. And this guy's yelling at me, "Hey, don't let the dog get close to you. He's going to bite you." You know, so I'm using the can and keeping the can between us, and we're doing circles and dancing, and the dog's trying to get around me. And then, so the guy goes inside to get the woman, I guess that's whose dog it was. She was the owner. I don't know, you know, however it worked out. But so she's outside. She's coming outside to get her dog. She's moving slow. The dog's still trying to get me. He's got me backed up into oncoming traffic, and I got to watch behind me to make sure I don't step out because these cars that are coming, they can't see me. I mean, trash guys get hit all the time. Gosh, I think there's already been I mean, I was just reading an article this morning. I think there's been 7 trash men hit in the country